Hello everyone. Today we will solve the question based on irrational number. So let's start with this question. Question is use division method to prove that root 2, root 3 and root 5 are irrational. We have to prove that root 2, root 3 and root 5 are irrational, and which method we have to use? We have to use division method. So in this method what you have to do, let's start for root 2. We will solve for root 2 first. In division method what you have to do, first of all we have to find square root with the help of division method. 2 we will write here. In division method same number we have to use here also and here also. 1 1 ja 1. On subtracting this we will get 1. This one we have to add here, so it will become 2. Now no number is written here, so what we have to do, we have to add here decimal and we have to take pair of zeros like this. Now decimal is coming here, that's why we have to put decimal in answer also. This zero pair we have to bring down, this will become 100. Now same number we have to write here also and here also. So 24, if I will write here 4, this will become 24. 24, 4 number I have written here, so 4 I have to write here also. 24 4 ja, answer will be 96. 24 4 ja 96. Now we will subtract it, remainder will be 4. What I had written here, I had written 4, so this 4 I have to add again, as I had added this one here, here also I have to add this 4 again, so this will become 28. This zero pair I have to bring down, this will become 400. Same number I have to write here also and here also. 281 1 ja 281. Now I will subtract it, so answer will be 190. This zero we will bring down. Now which number we have taken here? 1 I have taken here, 1. This one I had written here also. So this one we have to add again, as we had add this one here. This 4 we had add here 4. This one again we have to add, so this will become 282. Now here we have to write one number, and same we have to write there also. Suppose I will take here 4. This will become 2824. So here also I have to take 4. Since I have taken here 4, there also I have to take 4. That means 28244. This will become 11296. So I have to write here 2824 4 11296. Now we will subtract it. So remainder will be 406. This 0 we have to bring down. Which number we have taken here? 4. So this 4 we have to add it again. So this will become 2828. Now same number we have to take here also and here also. We will take here 2. 28,282. 2 we have taken here. So 2 we will take here also. So this will become 28,282. When we will multiply this 28,282 with 2, answer will be 4, 16, 5, 16, 56,564. Now we will subtract it. On subtracting, we will get 10 minus 4, 6, 3. This will become 3, 13, 8, 3. 3836. This 2 we have to add again. So this will become 28284. This 0 we will bring down. Now again we have to write same number here also and here also. So suppose I will take here 1. So this will become 2,82,841. So this one we have to take here also. That means here 2,82,841 into 1. Answer will be 2,82,841. Now we will subtract it. On subtracting we will get 9, 5, 7, 0, 0, 1. So this is the remainder, and still it is not over. We can take more zeros and it will continue this like this. It will not get end. That means this is not finished, and this answer is also not finished. So what we had observed here, the answer of square root of 2 is non-terminating. It is not getting finished. That's why it is non-terminating, and this answer is not repeating also. 4, 1, 4, 2, 1 answer is coming different. It is not repeating. That's why it is non-recurring also. So what you will write? Square root of 2 is equal to 1.41421 and so on. That means it is non-terminating and non-recurring decimal. This answer is non-terminating and non-recurring decimal. So root 2 is irrational number. So this is the division method. In division method, what you have to do? First of all, we have to find the square root of 2. Answer of square root of 2 is 1.41421 and so on. It is not getting over. That's why we will say it is non-terminating, and it is not repeating also. That's why it is non-recurring decimal. So non-terminating and non-recurring decimal numbers are called irrational number. That's why this root 2 is irrational. In the same way, we will solve for root 3 also and root 5 also. Now see this question. This question is, use contradiction method to prove that root 2, root 3 and root 5 are irrational. Question is same. The only difference is we have to use contradiction method. So in this method, what you have to do? This time we will solve for root 3. So question is, we have to show that root 3 is irrational. So in contradiction method, first step what you have to do is, we will assume let root 3 is a rational number. We will assume that root 3 is a rational number. That means root 3 can be written as a upon b. Rational number are those which can be written in the form of a upon b. Therefore we have written root 3 is a upon b. Now what we will do? We will squaring on both sides. We will do squaring on both sides. So squaring of root 3 is equal to a square upon b square. When we will do the square of root 3, answer will be 3 is equal to a square upon b square. So this b square will go here in multiply. The answer will be a square is equal to 3b square. Or we can write here multiply also. In between these no sign is coming. That means between 3 and b square, which sign we have to take? We have to take multiply sign. So here in multiply 3 is coming. That means a square answer is coming in a table of 3. So we can say a square is divisible by 3, because in the answer of a square 3 is coming in multiplication. That means this a square answer will get divided by 3. So I had written here a square is divisible by 3. Therefore, since a square is divisible by 3, so we can say a is also divisible by 3. Now let's take some few numbers. Those are coming in a table of 3. Suppose I am taking 3, 6, 9, 12. These all numbers are divisible by 3. 3 I can write 3 multiply 1. 3 1 ja 3. 6 I can write 3 into 2. 3 2 ja 6. 9 also 3 3 ja 9. 12 3 into 4. So what we are observing, these values are of a. I had written na, a is divisible by 3. So which number is divisible by 3? 3 is divisible by 3. 6 is also divisible by 3. 9 is also divisible by 3. That means these all are values of a. So a is 3 multiply 1. Next time we are getting 3 multiply 2. Next one is 3 multiply 3. In each case we are observing that 3 is coming. Why? Why this 3 is coming in all the numbers? Because these all numbers are divisible by 3. That means this 3 is coming in all the numbers. Therefore I have taken as it is. These values are getting changed according to the answer. This 3 answer, how we get 3 multiply 1. This 6 answer we get 3 multiply 2. So these all values are getting changed according to the answer of A. So what we will do? We will put here some alphabet. We will give one alphabet here. A and B alphabet I had already taken. So this time I will take new alphabet C. So this equation I had prepared for A. This A number is divisible by 3. So I had made one equation for A, and A number is divisible by 3, and that equation is A is equal to 3C. Here no sign is there, that means it is multiply. That means A is coming in a table of 3. According to this statement, we can say A is coming in a table of 3 because here we are getting 3 multiply C. Now what we will do? We will do squaring on both sides. So we will get here A square is equal to square of 3 will get 9 C square. Now A square answer we had already find here. This is the answer of A square. Answer of A square is 3B square. So we will put here, instead of A square we will use 3B square is equal to, this one we have to write as it is, 9C square. And here in bracket you have to mention why we have taken here 3B square, because this A square value is 3B square we had shown above. So here you have to write A square since A square is equal to 3B square we had proved above. That's why instead of A square we had taken here 3B square. Now this 3 we have to bring in divide. So B square is equal to 9C square divide 3. 3 1 ja 3, 3 3 ja 9. So B square answer is 3C square. Here again we will observe that in this equation 3 is coming in the multiple of C square. Here multiply sign is there. So B square answer is 3C square. That means B square answer will get divided by 3. So what we will write here? B square is equal to 3 multiply C square. What is the meaning of this? This means that B square is divisible by 3. Why B square is divisible by 3? Because B square answer depend on this 3. Multiplication sign is there and 3 is also coming. That means we can say this B square answer will get divided by 3. So B square is divisible by 3. So B is also divisible by 3. Here we had shown A is divisible by 3. We will assume this is equation number 1. Here we had shown B is also divisible by 3. This is equation number 2. Now from equation 1 and 2, this equation and this equation, from these two equations what we had observed? We observed that A is divisible by 3 and B is divisible by 3. That means A and B both are divisible by 3. So A and B has common factor 3. A and B both are divisible by 3. So we can say A and B has common factor 3. And A and B has common factor 3. So we can say that A and B are not a co-prime number. We can say A and B are not co-prime number. Why they are not co-prime? Because co-prime numbers are those which have common factor 1. But here common factor is 3. Other than 1 it is coming. We have common factor 3. That's why A and B are not a co-prime number. A and B are not a co-prime number. So we can say A upon B is not a rational number. In previous lecture I explained you what are rational number. Rational numbers are those which are in the form of A upon B, but B value cannot be 0. And second thing is A and B should have common factor only 1. That means they should be co-prime number. But in this case A and B has common factor 3. That means they are not co-prime. In this case we are not getting a co-prime number. They are not a co-prime number. That's why we can say that A upon B is not a rational number. So this A upon B means under root 3. So we can say under root 3 is irrational number. So like this you have to do in contradiction method. In the same way you can solve for root 2 also and root 5 also. When you will solve for root 2, what you will get here? You will get A is divisible by 2. So equation what you have to make? A is equal to 2 multiply C. Now come to this question. Question is state whether they are rational or not. So we have to check whether these two questions are rational or irrational. So let's solve this first part. Question is under root 3 minus under root 2 whole square. So first of all we have to use here formula. We have to use formula A minus B whole square is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB. This formula we will use here. So here we will get under root 3 square plus under root 2 square minus 2 into under root 3 into under root 2. When we will square this, on squaring the root 3 we will get answer 3. Here square root 2 square when we will do, this square root will get removed, answer will be 2 minus 2 multiply root 3 multiply root 2. So this 2 will remain as it is and root number will get multiplied. Root 3 into root 2 will be root 6. 3 plus 2 will be 5 minus 2 multiply root 6. That means 2 root 6. Now don't subtract these two numbers 5 minus 2. Why? Because in 2 root 6 is also there, but here root 6 is not there. So we will not subtract these two. This is the answer. Now we have to check whether it is rational or irrational. This 5 is rational number and 2 root 6, in this root 6 is coming, but root 6 is irrational number. Why root 6 is irrational? Because exact value of root 6 cannot be obtained. When we will try to find the square root of root 6, answer will be non-terminating decimal and non-recurring decimal. That's why this root 6 is irrational number. So this is the difference. Minus sign is coming, minus means difference. So this is the difference of rational and irrational number. Since one irrational number is there in this statement, that's why the answer is irrational. So we can say it is irrational number. Now we will solve second part. What is second part? Second part is under root 7 upon 6 under root 2 whole square. So this is the question. First of all we will open square. When we will open square, so this square will come on both the numbers, in numerator also and in denominator also, like this. under root 7 square upon 6 under root 2 whole square. Square root of 7. When we will do the square, this root will get removed. That means answer will be 7. Square is there. 6 square will be 36. Multiply. No sign is there after 6. That means we have to put multiply. Now this square we have to take on root 2 also. So root 2 square will be 2. That means 7 upon 72. This is in the form of a upon b. So it is rational number. So like this you have to solve all the part of this first question. Now see question number 7 of your text. Question number 7 is write two irrational number. Write two irrational number whose sum is rational. Whose sum is irrational. So this is the question. Question number 7. We have to write two irrational number. Two numbers we have to take. And both the numbers should be irrational. Suppose I will take here 2 plus root 2. And here I will take 2 plus root 3. This is also irrational number. And this one also irrational. Why these two are irrational? Because in first number root 2 is coming, that's why it is irrational. In second number root 3 is coming, root 3 answer we will not be able to find. It is non-terminating and non-recurring, that's why it is also irrational. So these two numbers are irrational number, and he said two irrational number whose sum we have to add these numbers. He said we have to find sum. So in order to find sum, what we have to do? First number plus second number. 2 plus root 2 plus 2 plus root 3. These two and these two both will get added. Answer will be 4 plus root 2 plus root 3. This is the answer. In this answer we are getting root 2 also and root 3 also. Both are irrational number. That means this full answer is irrational. Don't add these two numbers. Root 2 plus root 3 we will not add. If you will add it, it will be wrong. So remember it, root 2 and root 3 we will not add it. So what is the question? We have to write two irrational numbers. So we had written here two irrational number. First irrational number is this. Second irrational number is this. And after that he said whose sum is irrational. We have to add these number and we have to bring the answer irrational. So we had added and we got the answer irrational. In the same manner you have to do question number 8. Question number 8 is we have to bring the sum rational. This time in question number 8 we have to bring this final answer rational. So what we have to do? First of all we have to take two numbers and both the number we need irrational. In question he said that both the numbers should be irrational, but on adding these two number answer should be rational. So what we have to do? This time we will take first number 2 plus root 2. Anything you can take. It is not compulsory that you have to take 2 plus root 2 only. You can take 2 plus root 5 because the root 5 is irrational. Now this time what you have to do? You have to take opposite sign. You have to take opposite sign number. 2, instead of 2 we can take any number. It is not compulsory. We can take instead of 2 3 also. Now we will try to add these two numbers because we have to find the sum. So sum first number plus second number. When we will add these two numbers, 2 plus root 5 plus second number is 3 minus root 5. On opening this bracket, we will get 2 plus root 5 plus root 3 minus root 5. Now what we are observing, this root 5 is having positive sign, this root 5 is having negative sign, so these two root 5 will get cancelled. 2 plus, sorry, here it is 3. 2 plus 3, 2 plus 3 will be 5, and 5 is rational number. So this is the answer of this question. So we have to take these two numbers. So what is the question? We have to take two numbers and both the numbers should be irrational, but on adding these two numbers, final answer we need rational. So that's why what we have done, these both the numbers are irrational and they are different also. Here it is 2 plus root 5, here it is 3 minus root 5. I had taken opposite sign here, so that on adding these they both will get cancelled with each other and we will get the final answer rational. So like this you have to do. Now see question number 10. Question number 10. Question number 10 is, write a pair of irrational number whose difference is rational. Write two irrational number whose difference is rational. So we have to take two numbers and both the numbers should be irrational. We have to take irrational number and difference means subtract, minus. On subtracting these two number, answer should be rational. Rational means root 5 or root 3 should not be there in the answer. So what we will do, here we will take 2 plus root 3. 2 plus root 3. This is irrational number. Why it is irrational? Because root 3 is coming and root 3 is a irrational number. Second number, we will take same sign. Root 3 is having positive sign. Here also we will take positive sign. Why positive? In answer we need rational. Rational means root 3 should not be there in the answer. In order to cancel these root 3, sign should be opposite, then only these two will get cancelled. But I am taking same sign. Why I am not taking opposite sign then? Because here we have to do difference. Difference means minus. So see here, first number minus second number. We have to do, first number is 2 plus root 3 minus second number is 3 plus root 3. Both are different number. This is 2 plus root 3, this is 3 plus root 3. Both are different and both are irrational also, because here root 3 is coming and here also root 3 is coming. So difference we have to do. That's why I had taken here minus and here I had put minus sign. Now we will open the bracket. 2 plus root 3 minus plus minus 3 minus plus minus square root 3. Now check, see, this root 3 is having positive sign, this root 3 is having negative sign. Now we can cancel these and 2 minus 3, answer will be minus 1, and minus 1 is a rational number. So final answer is these two numbers. So in this way you have to do all the questions. Now see question number 12. Question number 12. Write a pair of irrational number. We have to write two irrational number whose product is rational, whose product is rational. So we have to take two numbers and both the numbers should be irrational. Two numbers we have to take and both the numbers should be irrational, but product means multiply. On multiplying these two number, answer should be rational. The rational means root 3, root 2, root 5, any irrational number should not be there in the answer. So in this case what you have to do, we will take first number 2 plus root 3. Suppose I am taking 2 plus root 3. Any number we can take, it is not compulsory. Suppose I am taking 2 plus root 5. This is also irrational number, or root 3 or 3 plus root 5. This is also a rational number. We can take any number. So this is the first number and it is irrational. Second number also we need irrational, but we have to bring the product rational. Now in this case what you have to do, you have to take opposite sign number, 3 minus root 5. Why I am doing like so? Same numbers I am taking but sign I am taking opposite. Why is it so? Because here we have to find product. One identity we will use here, and our identity is a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. When we will use this identity, we have to do the square, and square of any root number we will do, so we will get rational number only. So see, check here, we will check first number into second number, we will do 3 plus root 5 into 3 minus root 5. This is a plus b, this is a minus b. That means a square, that means 3 square, minus b square. B means, what is b here? Root 5. So root 5 square. Now we will open these square. 3 square will be 9, minus root 5 square will be 5. So final answer we will get 4. And what is 4? 4 is a rational number. 4 is rational number. So like this you have to solve all the question from 7 to 12. Now see this question. Question is, write in descending order. First part. 3 root 2 is given. This 3 is written outside the square root. So what we will do? We will take this 3 inside the root sign. So when we will take this 3 inside the root sign, already 2 is written. This 2 we have to write as it is. But when we will write this 3 inside, we have to take it 2 times. So we will get the answer, square root of 3 3 is 9, 9 2 is 18. In the same way you have to solve second one. Second is 2 square root 3. Square root 3 is already written. This 3 we have to write as it is. 2 is written outside. We will take it inside. But how many times we have to write it? 2 times we have to write, because this is a square root symbol. Now square root 3 2 is 6, 6 2 is 12. These two we had solved now. Clearly we can see which one is greater. This is square root 18 and this is square root 12. Which one is greater? Square root 18 is greater than square root 12. So we can say 3 root 2 is greater than 2 root 3. So like this you have to solve this. Now come to second part. What is this second part? First number is 6 cube root 3. Here square root is not given. Here cube root is given. So what we have to do? Cube root sign we have to write as it is. 3 is inside. This 3 also we will write as it is. But this 6 is outside the cube root. We will take it inside. Here we have to write 3 times, because this is the cube root sign. Cube root sign means this outside number we have to write it 3 times. That means 6 into 6 into 6 cube root. Now we will multiply it and we will get 648. In the same way, we will solve this one. What is this? 5 cube root 4. This cube root sign we will write as it is. 4 is already inside. We will write as it is. This 5 is outside the cube root sign. We will take it inside, but we have to write it 3 times. 5 into 5 into 5. That means cube root 5 5 is 25. 25 5 is 125. 125 4 is 500. So these both values we had solved now. This is cube root of 648. This is cube root of 500. Now we can easily identify which one is greater. We have to write in descending order. Descending means we have to write greater first. So greater one is cube root 648 is greater than cube root 500. So we can say 6 cube root 3 is greater than 5 cube root 4. This is the answer. So in the same way you have to do question number 12 and 13 and 14 of your textbook. Question number 13 and 14 are same as these questions. Now see next question. Question is, we have to compare these two numbers. Compare means which one is greater among these two. Here we will observe that roots are not same. Here roots are different. Here on root it is written 4, but here it is written 6. So what we have to do? First of all, we will write in exponent form. This we can write in the form of power. How we will write in the form of power? 8 power 1 upon 4. This one also we can write in power form. This is 22 power 1 upon 6. Here and here both the powers are different. So in such case what you have to do? First of all we have to make the denominator same. So what we will do? We will take these two numbers 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 6. We will take LCM. LCM of 4 and 6. What is the LCM of 4 and 6? 12. So what we will do? Both the number we will make 12. 1 upon 4. In order to make denominator 12, we have to multiply it with 3. That means in numerator also you have to multiply it with 3. That means answer is 3 upon 12. In the same way you have to do for 1 upon 6. 1 upon 6. In the denominator 6 is given. But we have to make 12. So in order to make it 12, what we have to do? We have to multiply it with 2. So here also we have to multiply with 2. On multiplying with 2 we will get 2 upon 12. Now you will check that both the denominators are same. Now what we will do? We will write these power here. 8 raised to the power 1 upon 4 means 8 raised to the power, instead of 1 upon 4 we can write 3 upon 12, because 1 upon 4 answer is equal to 3 upon 12. That's why instead of 1 upon 4 I had written here 3 upon 12. This 3 we will take inside. That means 8 power 3. When we will take this power 3 inside, so what will be the power here? Here power will be 1. That means 1 upon 12. So this is 8 power 3 whole power 1 upon 12. Now 8 power 3 means we have to multiply it 3 times. 8 multiply 8 multiply 8. Answer will be 512 power 1 upon 12. In the same way we have to do for 22 also. 22 power 1 upon 6. This 1 upon 6 is equal to 2 upon 12. So what we will do? Instead of 1 upon 6 we will take 2 upon 12. This 2 power we will take inside. That means 22 power 2. This 2 we will take inside. So what will remain here? 1 upon 12. This 2 we will take inside. So in place of 2 we have to take here 1. 22 power 2 means 2 times we have to multiply it. 22 multiply 22, answer will be 484 power 1 upon 12. So both the numbers we had solved now. First number is this one, answer of this is 512 power 1 upon 12. Second number is this, on solving this number we got 484 power 1 upon 12. Here roots are different, but here we had made the power same. Now we can easily identify which one is greater among these two. Which one is greater? 512 power 1 upon 12 is greater than 484 power 1 upon 12. This is the answer of 8 power 1 upon 4. So we can write therefore root 4 8 is greater than, this is the answer of this number. So we have to write this one. So this is your final answer. So in this way you have to compare these two numbers. So what is the first step? First step is we have to make these roots same. In order to make them same, we have to write in power form, and after that we have to take LCM and we have to make them same. So like this you have to do question number 15 of your textbook. Question number 15 is same as this one. Now come to question number 20 of your textbook. Question number 20. Question is simplify. First part. This is the question. We have to simplify it. Both the numbers are having same roots. Here on root it is written 5. Here also on root it is written 5. So we can multiply these two numbers. In order to multiply these two, how we will write? We can write like this. Root will remain same. 16 into 2. Now this root will remain as it is. 16 prime factor we will take. 16 prime factor means 2, 4 times we have to write. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. And this remaining 2 we have to write as it is. How many 2 are there? 5 2s are there, but on root also it is written 5. That means this 5 times 2 we have to write outside the root. And how many times we will write? We will write it one time. That means final answer is 2. Now see one more part. This is part number first. Now see part number third. Part number third is 3 plus root 2, 4 plus root 7. This is the question. We have to simplify it. So simple product we have to find. We will use horizontal method. This 3 we have to multiply with full bracket. 4 plus root 7. This plus root 2 also we have to multiply with full bracket. 4 plus root 7. 3 4 is 12. 3 into root 7 will become 3 root 7. Plus root 2 into 4 will be 4 root 2. Plus plus plus. Root 2 into 7. Root 7. Answer will be root 14. Root 2 multiply root 7. Answer will be root 14. Now all the roots are different. Here it is root 7. Here it is root 2. Here it is root 14. That means we will not be able to add these number. And here root is not there. That means final answer is this one. So like this you have to do all the question.